What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Do It All, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I saw on Twitter today. Today, USA Today Sports released their 2017 NFL prediction, standing-wise. See right here. I know it's a little hard to see. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about it. I'm going to be breaking down division by division type of thing almost. Maybe giving my prediction. I'm not 100% sure on what the schedule looks like. As a Cowboys fan, that's the only schedule I know and I care about, honestly. But as an NFL fan, I'm not a big fan of what I see here. Let's go ahead and start in the AFC with the AFC East, because they awarded the Patriots a 16-0 record. That division is really bad. The Dolphins made the playoffs last year, and they have them going 7-9. I don't really understand how they go from, was it 11-5 last year or 10-6, I believe, and they fall to 7-9. Maybe they are playing a tougher division. The Bills go to 4-12. I could see that. Maybe more like a 5-11, 6-10, and the Jets at 1-15, the worst team in football. I can see that. Honestly, I think that's a spot-on prediction. But going back to the top of the division, we have the Patriots, who they have going 16-0. That is outlandish to me. Yeah, they were the last professional sports team to go undefeated. I just can't see that happening in today's NFL. I don't really think that they really lost anything big. If anything, they got better a little bit on the defensive side of the ball by having Stephon Gilmore, cornerback, who played for Buffalo. But yeah. Skipping on over to the AFC North, they have the Steelers going 12-4, the Ravens going 9-7 and getting a wild card berth, which I can see that. I can see those two teams finishing at the top. The Bengals go to 5-11 and the Browns 4-12. The bottom two teams, I have no argument. The Browns winning 4 games. They honestly, in my opinion, they are going to be a very talented football team as long as they let Hugh Jackson and the GM continue to grow their football team. The Bengals at 5-11, they're a little bit older team on the defensive side of the ball. They're still the Bengals, so I don't really see much growth for them. They need to continually get younger on the offensive line and in their defensive system. Then again, a lot of NFL analysts, ESPN, Fox Sports are saying, why are they still sticking with Marvin Lewis? I believe Marvin Lewis is the longest tenured coach in the NFL, or who's been with the team the longest, maybe besides Bill Belichick, I'm guessing. But yeah, I mean, overall, they have a lot of room to improve. But the FC North is a black and blue division. Those teams beat each other up. Every team in the NFL drafts to beat their division. That's what I strongly believe. That's how you should build your team. Unfortunately, that's something that the Bengals don't do. So, got the Ravens at 9-7. I could see them going 9-7. They do still need to add a weapon on the offensive side of the ball. I do think they had a very strong defensive draft. I know a lot of people shit on them for taking a lot of defensive players in that draft when they clearly need offensive help. But I can see maybe they're getting back to, all right, we're not going to rely so heavily on Flacco's arm. We're going to start running a more balanced attack, which I believe if they did, they can control the clock and let their defense win games like they used to. The Steelers at 12-4, I could see that. They'll probably split a game with the Ravens. They'll probably sweep the Bengals and sweep the Browns. Every team in this division plays each other tough. The Steelers probably have the most offensive firepower in that division, but on the defensive side of the ball, they need to improve a little bit too. Their corners are pretty good, and they got Ryan Shazier, probably one of the best linebackers in the league. Wow. So let's go to the AFC South here, and they got the Titans going 12-4, Texans at 8-8, Jags at 8-8, and the Colts at 5-11. Titans at 12-4. I need to see their schedule. I do think the Titans will win this division, though. I think that they have the most talented team in their division. But 12-4. I think you could go 9-7 and win this division. Texans at 8-8. Yeah, because their offense will lose games for them. Strong, probably one of the best defenses in the league. J.J. Watt's coming back healthy, and they still played great without J.J. Watt. They made the playoffs. I mean, it's not saying much in that division, but still. We got the Jags at 8-8. 7-9. 6-10. I mean, I've been saying for the last couple of years that it's time for the Jaguars to take that step forward. This is a make or break year for Blake Bortles, so we need to see what he can do. And the Colts here at 5-11. Yeah, they're just not a good team. They need to protect Andrew Luck, and they don't. So we'll see. And in the AFC West here, we got the Raiders at 11-5, the Chargers at 9-7 to be the other wild card team, Chiefs at 8-8, and the Broncos at 7-9. I can see the Raiders going 11-5. I can. They'll probably, in their division, they'll probably lose one game to each team. That division has gotten so much better over the last couple years. You got the Chargers at 9-7. I don't think that they'll be better. I don't think that they're better than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs could be up there with the Raiders. I think that overall the Chiefs are a great defensive team as well, and they play inside their system on offense, which is we're gonna attack you so many different ways. We don't have a star number one receiver, but we have 3 or 4 guys that can get the ball and will torch you deep, like Tyreek Hill. Guy came out of nowhere last year. And the Broncos at 7-9. They'll probably win 7 games because of their defense. I can see them going 8-8, 9-7. But yeah, I mean, are they going to start Paxton Lynch this year? It's a question. And now jumping to the NFC. So here we go. We got the NFC East here. Got the Cowboys going 11-5. Let's go. Giants at 10-6, winning a wild card berth. Eagles at 9-7, and the Redskins at 5-11. Now, I cannot disagree with the top 2 teams. Even though the last 12 years, no team in this division has won back-to-back division championships. That's something to watch out for in the East. These teams beat each other up. They play each other tough. It's my favorite division. Obviously, I'm a little biased towards it because I'm a Cowboy fan, but it's probably one of the best. I remember a couple years ago, teams were shitting on. I mean, everybody was shitting on the division, but now it's probably one of the best divisions in football. Cowboys at 11-5. I can see that 11-5, 10-6. They're gonna make the playoffs. Giants 10-6, 11-5. They're gonna make the playoffs. Eagles at 9-7 though, above the Redskins. No. Sorry. I think the Redskins are a better football team for the 5-11 record that USA Today gave them today. That's so disrespectful for a team that was, like a game out of the playoffs last year. So, and I don't think the Eagles are 9-7 at all. I think that they're a 6-10 team with Carson Wentz, who's a dink and dunk guy. Jumping to the NFC North here, we got the Packers at 12-4. You can see that. Vikings at 9-7, Bears at 5-11, and the Lions at 5-11. Lions made the playoffs last year. Now, you can say that their season was a bit fluky because they had, 6 come from behind wins in the fourth quarter, thanks to Matthew Stafford. Bears, 5-11. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. They drafted a guy, Trubisky from North Carolina, and they got Mike Glennon, who's a little baby who doesn't want to compete. Vikings at 9-7. Yeah, I can see that. They're not going to make the playoffs, though. And then the Packers at 12-4. Yeah, that division is the Packers to lose every year. And in the NFC South here, got the Falcons at 12-4, Bucks at 10-6, Saints 8-8, and the Panthers 7-9. Now, I do believe the Falcons will win this division, but it'll be more closer to 10-6, 11-5. I mean, that's not a huge drop off from 12-4, but it is what it is. The Bucks are probably the most improved team in the NFL offseason. All they did was give Jameis Winston more weapons. They do still need a little bit of help on the defensive side of the ball, but they are getting there. They're going to be a dangerous team as long as Winston keeps his interceptions down. The Saints leapfrogging the Panthers in the division. I do not believe that. I think the Panthers got a little bit better. I think that they will be in third, though. I think the Panthers and Saints will each finish probably 8-8 or 7-9, both. It's a toss-up. Cam doesn't really. He relies too much on his athleticism, and he's not a very accurate passer. Versus Drew Brees, who is one of the most accurate passers in NFL history, and who knows how to get the ball to 10 different guys in a football game. Saints' only problem is their defense, which they are improving. So, jumping to the last division here, and that is honestly the worst division in all of football, the NFC West. We got the Seahawks here at 11-5, the Cardinals at 10-6, Rams at 4-12, and the 49ers at 2-14. Now, the Seahawks has won this division, I think, 2 of the last 3 years. I think the Cardinals won it 1 year. And the Seahawks still made it to the playoffs, and I think that was the year that they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, I think. Fact check me. But yeah, I mean, overall, this division is probably the worst. They are giving it a little bit too much credit. I don't think the Cardinals got any better, but I don't think they got any worse. I do feel like they played below their expectations last year, obviously. They should finish second in the division, plain and simple, because that division is terrible. You got the Rams here at 4-12. I don't know. The Rams are such a lost cause. They've changed everything. You got the youngest head coach in NFL, Goff, who I hate. I'm sorry, Rams fans, but he's a bust. He's a bust. Because he played in that spread system, and he's never going to translate because he has to get under center. And if they do change the offensive scheme, they will have to trade Todd Gurley. And the last team, probably the worst team or second worst team in the NFL, the 49ers, finishing 2-14. The 49ers, let's say they start hitting on all these draft picks the next couple of years, they will be right back where they were not that long ago when Harbaugh was there. But, yeah. So I will go ahead and throw a picture up of the standings so you guys can take a look. That will just about do it for me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, share. NFL is right around the corner. Training camp is starting. So I will probably be going to a Cowboys camp out in Oxnard, and I might just live stream that or vlog it or whatever the fuck. Something. Because I'm very excited as a Cowboys fan, obviously. So make sure to hit that like button. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. Peace.